Hello, friends. Welcome to CareersTalk. My name is Sunand Sharma. I'm an agile consultant based in Netherlands, and today we are going to have a real interview with a candidate. Uh, our today's guest, Neha, she is based in USA. So, friends, if you also want to test your knowledge and actually feel the pressure of a real interview, you can connect with me. We provide both free and paid options. For paid options, you can schedule a call with the help of our top mate link, and for free option, you can email me or connect with me on a LinkedIn. So friends, before we start, if you are new here, please do subscribe. And if you like the session, please hit that like button. So without further delay, let's start it. Welcome, Neha.
Yeah, hello Sunan. Thank you for giving me opportunity here to discuss with you and to check my knowledge. And I really grateful that came up with your YouTube channel, and it helped me a lot to grow in the Scrum framework and the Agile methodology. So yeah, I have grown by watching your CareersTalk channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. I have your resume with me. Yeah. So why don't you tell me about yourself as a Scrum Master specifically, what you are doing as a Scrum Master, your day-to-day work, etc.
Yeah. So I have around 14 plus years of experience, and I have started my career as a software developer. I have wore a multiple hats during my career, that is like a business analyst, some part of the project management, and currently I'm working as a Scrum Master. In the Scrum Master, my roles and responsibility towards the team is facilitating the Scrum events and removing the impediments, facilitating the continuous collaboration and communication among the teams, cross functional teams within the stakeholders and the Scrum team. And also at the I'm part of the organizational level forum, which is for the Scrum Masters, and where I used to share my knowledge and my experiences, and also I used to gain the knowledge from other Scrum Masters as well. So moreover, coaching, guiding, and mentoring the team in terms of the agile principles, Scrum framework, and in those sections. Yeah. So that is from my end.
Okay. And I can see in your profile, you have mentioned that you worked as a you're working as a Scrum Master, business analyst, and project manager into the past. So can you tell me one accountability which is unique to the roles of a Scrum Master, business analyst, and a project manager?
Yeah. So all three roles should should need the better communication, better alignment
No,
with
no,
the.
no. I mean, okay. So one specific accountability or responsibility which is unique means Scrum Master can only do it, business analyst only can do it, project manager
Mm,
can only do it. So there
yeah.
should not be an overlap, because if you see the
Mhm.
sometimes people get confused into the roles and responsibility of a Scrum Master, project manager, and things like that. I just want to
Mm,
know from you that okay, what a project manager do or does, which Scrum Master not
yeah.
supposed to do, right? That was I want to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as a Scrum Master, I can say that the Scrum Master is moreover working at background. Like team success is the Scrum Master success. So Scrum Master, moreover, helping on the removing the impediments, conflict management, and providing the proper guidance and way to the team towards the having the agile implemented in a team, or and properly Scrum framework implemented in a team. And he is like a servant leader, like a leader but who do not have a authority, something like that you can say. And moreover, he needs to work along with the team to get all the things aligned and make the progress towards the product goal. Business analyst, I can say that I have handled the business analyst, in which my more roles and responsibilities, or the business analyst roles and responsibilities, also includes the technical level details as well here. Like he will be able to help technically as well, like he able to provide the scenarios, different kinds of technologies, if he knows some of the better technologies, how it can be fitted for the our product also. Like helping in the testing with the users, like UAT testing, helping the team to writing the test cases and making
I just
sure.
asked one. I just asked one, not so many. Just tell me
Yeah.
one. That's it. You don't have to
Yep.
explain.
So yeah, Scrum Master is a servant leader, so he can have a leader without authority, as I mentioned. And business analyst also have a technical role involved in that, and the like helping the team and project in terms of the technology as well. And project management, I can say that it is more over towards the organizational level management or the team level management, like the resource management and billing perspective, like writing the SOW, getting the billing done, and having the like billing needs to be done properly and sign off properly. So those part I have taken care as a project manager. Yeah.
So, do you think that if we give more authority to the Scrum Master, that particular that will help Scrum Masters to work with their team, managing the teams, or what is your opinion when you say serve with without authority, right? Servant leader. So, what do you mean by, like, how can lead someone without an authority?
So without an authority means we cannot enforce the team to do, like you need to do this, or we cannot enforce something to team must need to do. As a scrum master, I need to make them visible that how it is benefited to them, how it is benefited towards the product goal, and I need to align them with their challenges, impediments, and the solutions, how it should be, so that the team should get the their self team will get the self organized empowerment needs to be there within the team. In that way, as a scrum master needs to coach the team to make them self organized empowerment. So yeah, that is the my take on this.
No, so there is no take. So, would authority improve the role of a Scrum Master or no? I can tell yes or
I
no.
don't think, no, I don't think so. It will improve because it will go in the project management role, like a project manager, and project manager have its own roles and responsibilities. So I think it will not help to having the authoritatively as a scrum master, like mixing the role of the product project manager and the scrum master.
No, I'm not mixing the role. I'm just telling you to give Scrum Master more authority. So, for example, if we give maybe potential benefit of authority is maybe like maybe that impediment resolution will be, if you have authority, you can expedite the removal of organization roadblocks, specifically when you're dealing with some unresponsive team or some other hurdles. Don't you think that will going to help? No?
In terms of organizational level, might help. Like I can take it to the organization and I can remove the impediments. But if at the team level, I think it will not work. As a project management authority will not work as a scrum master there.
Okay, okay, no problem. Let's move on. So you manage that you manage multiple projects, right? You mention it. So how do you manage multiple projects parallelly, simultaneously as a Scrum Master?
Yeah. So I have two projects currently, and one project is the main project, and another project is a child of that project. You can say some functionality, more urgent functionality needs to be implemented, where we form the another team.
So it's
So
the
I
same project. It's the same. Then it's not a
same.
multiple projects.
It's
Multiple
like
teams.
integration between, yeah, multiple teams are there. Okay, one team which
Do
is
you have
handling
different uh, product backlog or same product backlog?
different product backlog. It has an integration at the end with those two functionalities or those two projects, and the product backlog is the different for
Both the teams.
both the teams.
And you have two different product owners.
We have one product owner for it.
Okay. So one product owner, two different product backlogs. That's what
Yeah,
you are telling.
yeah.
Okay. So do you think that it's better for a Scrum Master to work with only one team so he or she can focus more, or it's okay to work with two teams or three teams or four teams, which a lot of people doing nowadays?
Yeah, so
Do you think it's
I think
justified that someone can work with three teams and still able to deliver as a Scrum Master?
Yeah, so I think it depends on the individual how much he can take it. So as a scrum master or as of any role we take, so the scrum master needs to be 100% give to the towards that team. If he is able to give his 100% to the two teams, it is fine or okay to take a two scrums manager, two scrums as a scrum master. So that is what I think.
So you think it's okay to if Scrum Master can serve three teams at a time? Yeah.
It depends. Means as per my knowledge or as per my experience, two teams should be okay, but more than two teams might not be possible to have 100%
So at
focus.
what time? Yeah. So at what time you are having your daily Scrum calls for both the teams?
Yeah, both the teams I'm based in USA and my offshore team is in India, and we have around here at 8 a.m. US time. We have the first scrum call and second scrum call. After that, back to back scrum calls are there.
So what's the time? Is it 8:30? Is it 8:15?
8:30, 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m.
So okay. So 8 a.m. and then 8:30. Okay. And after that?
After that, our like offshore team will be there for some time as they were working in a shift sometime, and then we have like I have a product owner here, stakeholders here, so I used to work here in my daytime in a USA, and communication and collaboration with the offshore team happens when there is a overlap timing.
Hmm. Do you
So
know?
during the sprint,
Do you know what's the difference between doing agile and being agile?
yeah.
Hmm.
Actually, the team needs to be at a one place, I guess, when we are handling in a agile mode. Like it is having the time differences and cultural differences, or it is getting delayed, or sometimes the spillover might be there. So the time management, dependency management needs to be there. It might be a bit challenge. So having the team at a one place will give us a facility to face communication, quick decision making, like removing
No,
the
no, no.
delay.
I think you misunderstood my question. Question is, what's the difference between doing agile and being agile?
Yeah, so uh, being
Okay.
agile,
Hmm.
yeah, is like we need to incorporate the principles and values in our day to day life, day to day
So you have
working.
done it.
Yes,
So
I
you as
have
a
done it.
Scrum Master, you can say that your team is now being agile. They are not doing agile, right?
Being agile, and yeah, being agile will definitely give us a like doing agile. They are also
Are you
performing well.
confident your team is not doing agile? That's the question. Simple question. Do you confident? Are you confident that your team is not doing agile? They are now actually into the other state of agile. Are you confident? Think twice and then answer. Otherwise, I'll ask you multiple other questions based on that.
Yeah, they are doing agile. Actually, they are following the scrum events. They are
So how do you
following.
ensure that someone will follow the principles and all? How you incorporated all those values and principles in your team? How do you make sure that your team is not just doing agile, but they are actually their mindset is in change and they're actually doing being agile.
Yeah, yeah. So first thing is the observation. I keep my observation when during these Scrum events. So team is handling their work by their own. If they have challenges, impediments, they are open and they are courageous to discuss among the teams with the product owner. Also, they are having the positive conflicts management, like. they are able to discuss with each other, and also they are open at the sprint review meetings as well. They are providing their inputs and improvements, and they are able to implement those improvements. Even in the sprint review sessions, they are able to showcase their work, and
Okay,
they
okay,
are
understood, understood. So you have your action item. You have any action item tracker?
yeah, for a sprint review, I have a one tracker where I used to
How many
maintaining.
action items are there?
Like we have like around 10 to 12 action items are there currently. And
Okay, tell me about any three action items.
yeah, so first of all, the we have faced one challenge in the last of the testing, UAT testing, that one of the test case has been missed and it is belong to the other teams, so there is a dependency of the other team. So that action item we have written there, that we need to check each and every dependency of the team. We have provided the proper test cases to them, and we have assigned one owner as well to that. And other improvement is, we were facing the issue that we have a one server, and there is a one patch is going on which resets that server every each of the day, and team is facing issue to just get that the server is not working, that's why the application is not working. So we have come up with a one solution that we will be having a automated test where the server will restart automatically at a given certain time, so everybody will aware that at this time to this time the server will be down. So that is a one action item we have. And
Who is
other
the action owner of this action item?
we have a one person from the infra team, so he will be taking care of the servers related issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And third one, I can say that there needs to be addition of the negative test cases. Some of the negative test cases has not test in one of the sprint, and we are like having that one of the addition of the negative test cases. So these are the
Don't you
three.
think by looking into these all these three scenarios which you mentioned, that
Mhm.
your team really need some helping hand in setting up some testing best practices and things like that?
Yes, yes, we have included a testing lead who is coaching and guiding team to set up these all the things, and making some template or a very good format or a template, so team can every time go through it and make sure that the test cases are properly maintained and reviewed properly from the test lead.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what is this? You mentioned that which improve team productivity by 10%. What is this? Managing risk. In
Yeah,
your resume, you mentioned that you have actively identify, remove impediments, managing risk, protect team from external interference, which improve team productivity by 10%. So what is this and how you have improved your team productivity? How
yeah.
you calculate team productivity?
Team productivity, I can see the velocity chart, how much it has been increased, how much team is able to take a more user stories or any impediments are there, and also the burn down chart,
So
like
velocity is your team productivity. Velocity is equivalent to productivity. So if your team velocity is good, um, your team is so productive, right?
not only that factor,
Hmm?
but they are taking the work and they are completing the work as per the required or as per the sprint goal. That is more important. So they are taking care of the complexity dependencies, and also they are, it is not deviating much what we have committed towards the sprint goal. So those all factors, if those all factors are less and team is performing well, then it means the team is I can say is the more way on the productive.
Yeah, but then how you calculate when you say 10%, right? So there
Mhm.
has to be numerator, there has to be denominator, then you multiply by something, then the number will come, right? Percentage. How you calculate the percentage? So you have numerator, you have denominator, right? And then you multiply by 100. So what is your numerator? What is your denominator in productivity? How you calculate productivity, right? When you say 10%, it's a formula. You have derived something, and out of it, there's 10% and 20% is coming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. This
So
is
yeah. So, yeah, I can say that there are dependencies. Like in our team, there are upstream systems and downstream systems are there, and there were risk involved if we are getting delayed from the other team members. It will be
you are
risk
not
also.
getting my question. Again, let me repeat last time. So when you calculate a percentage,
Mhm,
okay, you have something in numerator in numbers, you have
mhm,
some value in denominator, and then you multiply. So let's say when you say 10%, it means
mhm,
normally that out of 100, so let's say if you have achieved 10%, so it means like 10% of 100 is what, 10 rupees, right? So for example, you get 10% discount, right? So you have something in numerator and you have denominator, right? This is how you calculate percentage. So when you say improved, right? So it has to be some baseline, it has to be there. So improve from
mhm.
what? From 0 to 10% or from 100 to 120% or something like that, right? This is how you calculate the percentage. You're getting my point. How you
Yes, yes.
calculate the
So
percentage,
but
right?
yeah, I usually do the how much story points team has committed and how much they have actually completed during the sprint. So that is what one factor I used to check.
And then you mentioned about reducing requirement ambiguities by 30%. And how you do that, this 30%?
Yeah, actually the ambiguity majorly causes in our team due to the we have the multiple teams and stakeholders, product owner, and each of the requirements might not be clear to the team. Like we are having the different systems and everyone calls different system by the different name, so teams gets confusing in their way. So having some subjective words or the using the different terminology, so team was getting struggling into that what needs to be done. In that case, I have scheduled a one meeting with all of the team members, getting the requirements clarified, having a one template which is common across the all, that this system belongs to this team, this system belongs to dim team, and what that system does. So this gives a much clarity to the team that our data is going to which system. Means if the one system is calling two different names, team got confused like which system exactly it is, because we discussed some other system by the having the different name. So that ambiguity has been reduced. Even if in the requirements, if they are using like system needs to be faster, or something like we need a good way of searching options, so these will not give a clarity to the team members that what parameters or what factors needs to be added. So getting those clarified properly with the stakeholders, having the collaboration between the scrum team and the product owner and the stakeholders, it is helped to remove the ambiguities in the requirements, and requirements is quite clear to the team. So yeah, that is the way I can say.
Okay. So let's say one of your team member accidentally overwrites some critical code during a check-in on a GitHub. So how would you handle this situation to recover the lost code and prevent the similar incident in the future? Do you have any idea about all this?
Yeah, one time my team was in that discussion, the technology lead and architect, and I was also part of that discussion. So what we have done is we have a versioning maintenance in the GitHub. So yeah, if someone has checked the code wrongly, we can always go to the previous version. And even the each team member have asked to create their own versions or own space in the GitHub. So he also have its their previous version as well, so they can always go to the previous version and they can modify the code.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also we have a one parent, I guess one parent GitHub um, version of a code, and we have a sub version. So first team used to check in that sub version and then the version, so it's a one more level validation is there. So that's it.
Okay. Okay. And you have any idea about uh, this principle that simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work? not done is essential. Can you give any example? What does this mean?
Mm, yeah, sure. So, yeah, it is one of the agile principle, and this is nothing related to that not doing the work, but I can say that the simplifying everything will give us a very much clarity to the team while working towards the sprint goal. For example, if we have the clear or simplified product backlog item, it gives the very clarity to the team what needs to be worked. And even if having the user stories in a very clear manner or a simplified manner, then it will help a team to work on that without any challenges, or very having a very clear understanding of the functionality. So yeah, this is the simplicity of work, which basically a need of whenever there is a need of eliminating waste, we need to eliminate the waste and focus it also provides the focus towards the sprint goal, or the focus towards the work which actually team needs to provide. Yeah, and that's it.
Mm, okay, give me a minute. I'm just taking some notes. Okay, so let's assume that your team velocity has fluctuated over the past sprint. So in one sprint, it's like this, the next sprint is like this, and then again like this. So what is your take on that? Like, how would you going to investigate? And do you think it's an issue or it's not? There is no issue. Do you think your team is okay?
Yeah, first need to check how the story points which they are committed our team is going to implement, mean those are correctly implemented. Okay, we need to check the reason behind this graph. Like sometimes it happens that product owner comes and he asks to do some more things, or more functionalities needs to be incorporated in the sprint. So we need to check why those story points has been increased, and in some of the sprints there is a less story points team is taking. And based on that, like I used to have a one to one connect with the team members, that if first with the team members which are not able to finish the committed sprint story points. So I used to check with them what are the challenges they are facing and why scope has been increased. And along with the team, I understands with them that in one sprint they are committing very much and one sprint they are committing less. So what is the reason behind it? So it happens that they are not estimated the user stories well as well, like there are dependency complexes, and they have underestimated those user stories and taking the more work. Or it might be the reason that the more scope is getting added. So based on some of the factors, I'll check that what is the root cause of it.
Or I can tell you one reason that
Mhm.
your team is just, let's say they are taking 50 story points and they're just finishing 30, and then in the next again they are finishing your remaining 20 stories, and that's why it's jumping up. Your velocity chart is like this. So
Mhm.
it's kind of a mini waterfall which you are doing in your team.
Mhm. Mhm.
So do you
Yeah.
think this might be the reason?
uh So yeah, means if they are not able to finish that, definitely it needs to be go through the next sprint to finish it. But again, need to check that in that in next sprint planning they are adding the backlogs as well, backlog items as well as whatever the pending from the last sprint. So again, that backlog refinement needs to be done there to match it with the capacity or the velocity of the team, how much team can give it. If they are adding those, like the whatever we have discussed earlier from the product backlog, those items, plus having the whatever pending from the previous sprints, so that will like it will increase the work or the story points in the next sprint. Yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, that can be one
So
reason, that every time they have not gone through the during the sprint planning, they have not checked the velocity how much we can take, and they just keep adding the
okay. So
story.
let's say your burn down chart shows a steady progress. Okay, but by the end of the sprint, there are several stories which are remain incomplete. Now, how would you identify the root cause, and what you will going to do to prevent this from recurring in future?
Yeah, so yeah, I'll check first that what exactly the problem or root cause. Whoever the story points has not completed, I'll discuss with them if they were facing any challenges, any dependency issues, or any impediments that they were not able to complete that. And they are I'll discuss with the team that they are considering all the factors during the story point or the during the estimation that they are like having a clear idea of what dependency, what team's dependency, and when we need that work. Okay, user story have the clear acceptance criteria, and it is clearly sliced so that the team can work on that in a very clear manner, and it is understood to the team. So all these factors like the invest criteria, I can say, if it is implemented in a user story, and the team will be able to estimate it based on the complexity dependencies on those factors as well. So if team is really taking care of these things during the estimation, so that I'll check. And also the another thing is, as I mentioned, if there is a addition of scope, there might be a reason that at the end they might not be able to finish those additional work. So yeah, I'll just discuss on this perspective, and I'll discuss with the team on these points. And uh, I'll ask them to have a proper estimations during the sprint planning. So, and also check the velocity and how much we can take, and it should not deviate much. We can increase it slowly, and based on these factors, I guess we can reduce this risk of not completion of the user stories at the end.
Okay. So let's say you're one of your team member, that particular team member openly criticize the use of matrices. What he is telling is like micromanagement. So how are you going to respond to this perspective?
Can you just come again?
So let's say one of your team member criticizes the use of matrices. So what he's telling that velocity and all those things, it's for micromanagement.
Mhm.
So this is was his perspective. So how you are going to respond to this perspective?
Yeah, so it
How do you make
happened.
sure that he understand the purpose and why we are using matrices and what's the benefit of all these matrices?
Yes, yes. It happened actually in one of my previous team. The one new project manager joined, and he was continuously checking the velocity and those thing matrices. And whenever sometimes team able to do the less amount of user storage, so he was continuously asking why we are taking the less work, and it should not be like that. So I just connect with him one to one, and I told him that these matrices will give us a more on the how we need to take a work in the future sprints. Okay, it is not like the micromanagement related or something we can judge the people based on these matrices. Okay, so here like if have a capacity, or the team can take a 20 story points in each of the sprint, then we can use that as a future prediction for the next sprint planning, that how much we need to be taken care, so that we should not miss the deadlines, or there should not be the defects and software quality, it should not harm the software quality. So these are the some of the factors I'll tell them, that how it will help to identify the risk or the impediments, and where it will help us to track on where we are and how we need to progress it. So that's what the purpose of this metrics. We need to use it not for the micromanagement perspective, or we cannot judge the team based on these metrics. Like if team is taking the less story points, it should not be like that they are not working. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that is.
Okay. So how many matrices you know so far?
Yeah, so
Can you name?
we have a velocity matrix, And
And
burn
so
down
far,
chart.
in your experience, 15 year, you work as a project manager, business analyst, scrum master, and so many developer, tester. How many matrices you can tell me now in 2 minutes?
There can be many. Actually, means
Hmm.
matrices is like something I can tell that as per our need we can create it. Like we need to measure the how much story points team has completed. We use the
So
velocity
why we need metric?
uh, to get the future perspective, to measure something that it will be benefited in our future decisions, or to
Featured is
yeah, or even to check the what are the impediments issues, or we are deviating much from our committed work. So we can analyze based on that. We can have a root cause analysis based on that, that why it is impacting, and so that it will help us to keep us up progress track towards the sprint goal or the product goal. Yeah, so defect
Hmm.
matrix is there. So we used to check how much defects, and charts, we use the charts. Even we have the dashboard created in our team for that, in the Azure
Hmm.
and Jira.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know difference between this burn down and burn up chart?
Burn down chart is it shows the how much work has burned down, so how much work is completed. And burn up chart is like it has the burn down chart, it has the x and y axis which have the sprint and the story points. So how much it has one idle line. If we go with that idle line, we will meet the at what day we will meet the completion of our sprint goal. That is what it shows. And it also have a actual line how the team will gets progress. It will just show that the how much work team has completed, or how much work has been burned till that day, particular day. And burn up chart is like it shows the how much work is completed. And sorry, burn down chart shows the how much work is remaining, and burn up chart shows the how much work is completed. So it also have a y-axis and x-axis, where we have a days at the x-axis, and y-axis have a
So what's the difference? You don't have to explain. Just tell me the difference between these two.
yeah. So burn down chart basically shows the how much work is burned down, like how much work is completed, and burn up chart shows the how much work is remaining.
Both are same thing. No?
Burn down chart, I can see that the
In okay.
actual
In which
story
situation
point.
we use burn down? In which situation we use burn up?
Yeah, burn down chart we majorly we use if there is a major deviation. We can analyze what if there are any risk impediments, and if we are able to finish it in time or not. And burn up chart also, we will be like if there are scope changes, like if there is addition of the scope or deletion of the scope, that we can see in the burn up chart. That is what one point I can say.
Okay. So let's say your stakeholder demand frequent updates, and your team is not filling their Jira or Azure dashboard there. So how do you going to balance the transparency while you have to protect the team autonomy?
Um,
Your stakeholder wants to micromanage maybe your team. They are over analyzing the Jira and Azure dashboard, but at the same time your team is also not updating, so because they are not getting the proper uh, progress, they are not able to understand how your team is working because there is no update on the board. So what you are going to do about it?
Yeah. So if I feel that there are micromanaging, or there might be the reason that they need or they are seeking some data for their management perspective, and also they might have faced the issues earlier that they are that team is not maybe transparent to them about their progress, day to day progress or day to day challenges, and it might caused the issue earlier. So there can be a reasons. So I'll just open a communication with the stakeholder. I'll ask them what are their needs and what they are looking for, and in their respective, I'll check, like if stakeholder says that they wanted a progress, so I'll check with the team. If they are not updating their work day to day, then I'll ask them to update it regularly, so that stakeholders also will be get benefited with them. They also get the updated work, or how much work is completed, those data also they will get. So there is a no need of micromanagement or something. Jira is like transparent to all the team members, and anyone can go and check that. And also I make sure that the team has implemented, or a team has updated the dashboard uh, on daily basis.
Okay.
So that is yeah, I'll check with team and stakeholders.
Okay. Okay. So, is there any way we can forecast our sprints before we going to start the project? So, for example, if I'm going to tell you that okay, we have this project of 1 year or something like that, and I'm going to give you the team also. And if I'm going
Mhm.
to ask you that, okay, can you tell me how many sprints it's going to take to finish this project? Would you able to forecast that?
Um, Not exact data we can give, but we can analyze in terms of some factors, like if that team already working in
First time
another.
they are doing.
Yeah,
So
okay.
team is
So
new.
yeah. So team is new, then we just need to take the baseline of it. Like we need to have the, like whatever the team will have the knowledge for the required for the product, to implement the product. I will consider that the basic knowledge of them, not they are expert, like everyone is expert. So if freshers, 5 freshers are there, or the team leads are there, so as per their roles, the basic knowledge should be there. And accordingly, how much story points we can take in the our in each of the sprint, that probability we can have. Like my take here is, we can check in the hours, like the one person, how 8 hours is available for a 1 day. And as he is a software developer, he can take a simple user story, which is having, might be simple user story, we are having like one story point, so he can complete a one story point in that. So on hourly basis, I guess I would prefer to do this at first time, like how much hours or how much efforts that team member can spend on a particular work items, on those particular work items. So it's just the conversion between the effort hours to story points at the start. So I'll give a range to the them, like 40 to 60 story points they can cover. Like if we consider the lowest, then it's a 40, and if we consider a little bit higher, then 60. So in between them they can be able to work. Yeah, um, that approach
Mm,
I'll take.
okay. Okay. Let's move on. So let's say how you are going to address a team member who is not contributing effectively to the sprint deliverables. So he or she is not performing that great, and the team members also thinking same. So what you are going to do about that team member?
Yeah, first of all, if any team members is not contributing much, then as a scrum master, I need to acknowledge it. And my take is to first is to discuss with that person to get more insight, what is his perspective. So I connect with him. I schedule a one-to-one meeting with him, and I'll understand what is his perspective, what he really interested, or he interested in some other work, or any impediments, challenges he is facing, that it is not encouraging him to do the work, or having not having the focus into the project work. So one incident I can tell you which happened recently. So one junior person, junior developer is there, and their code is getting reviewed by the senior team member. So junior person was like, I have worked in a one previous project and I haven't seen this type of comments, and why he is giving me such type of comment. He is every time telling, even for a small things which is not impacting on the project, he is telling change that code, change this code. And he is like feeling demotivated, and he was stop participating, like he was not providing much inputs. So I connected with him, and I just provide the make think of him in terms of like, he is working with the senior person, and he can grab that knowledge. If he is providing some review comments, you can make yourself transparent, courageous, and ask him that why he has provided that comment, so that it will give you a better idea to implement in your further coding or the further development. So and I also ask him to grab this opportunity, and he is a very new, and it will help him in a long run of his career if he gets the insights of the coding standards or the architecture level. So yeah, he is very much convinced, and he started communicating one to one with that person. And he is really getting a good feedback from him, that why we are doing this and how this needs to be there. And that is how this that person is started again involving, his involvement has been increased in our meetings. That is.
Okay. And what is your greatest challenge as a Scrum Master so far?
uh, yeah, so challenge I can say that, as I'm working in the distributed, globally distributed teams, like we have a offshore team at India location, and some of the team members at on-site USA, and product owner stakeholders as USA. So managing the time between these teams is somewhat difficult. I think it's a bit challenging for me. So we have a less overlap timing, and we need to manage the during, especially during the scrum events, we need to manage the things when the team is available. So yeah, I face these issues. So I, as a scrum master, I need to make sure that there should not be a spillover, there should not be delays, and all scrum events should happen properly. So what I started is like I have started to book the calendars of all team members a time ahead. So I have just created a chart, and as according to our sprint plan, I have started book their calendar as soon as possible, so everyone will be the on same page that, oh, we have this meeting on that day, and they can make sure they will be available in that time. And also I have created some communication channels, common communication channels, and standard documents which can be shared over the SharePoint. So yeah, that is how I'm managing currently.
Is there any cultural difference between working style of people in USA and in India?
Yes, yes. So yeah, I can it is basically one of the difference I felt, that the timing, like here people come early and go early, like completes their work and go early. But as we and in India time, I can see that there is a little difference. Like here they starts at 8 p.m. and log offs at the 5 p.m. India time starts a little late, 9, 10, and they, these people stays a late. So it was causing the issue while um, scheduling the meetings and all that. So I just need to align with our team members as well, to having the some time which can be overlap between the teams. And also um, I can see that the uh, they are like here in my team, product owner or the stakeholders are ready to take a calls and ready to discuss in front. But my team member was more over on the email conversation. So that is what every time the means they are very helpful, and every time they say let's have a call, let's discuss. Yeah, so I can say that as observing my team.
Do you have any conflict uh, with any of your team member in the past, or with your product owner, or with the client? And if yes, what was the scenario? Why it happened? And what you have
Uh,
done? Can you recall
yeah,
any incident?
yes, yes. So one of the conflict I had with the product owner. So product owner was asking to take the more scope or the one more new functionality into the same sprint, which sprint is already started. Team has started already working on decided user stories, and team is also not comfortable to having that feature because that feature takes a more time to implement it, and it also has a
Sorry,
dependence.
just hang on. So, do you think that product owner has more authority compared to Scrum Master into the team?
Yeah, product owner is the owner of the product.
So,
So
do
yeah,
you think that product owner has more authority compared to Scrum Master into the team?
it's not about authority, but it's about roles and responsibilities, I can.
So, do you think that product owner role is more critical compared to Scrum Master into the team?
Yes, yes, he needs to think in the perspective of the product goal, or how to maximize the product goal and on return on investment. So in that perspective, he needs to make sure that
So, if that the case, then if product owner is proposing some changes or some functionality, there might be some good reason, right?
yes,
Then
but that.
why? Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, but that reason needs to understand. So in that case, I
So
talk
obviously,
with.
product owner will definitely going to tell that to the team, right? He just blindly will not update anything, and then how he or she can assume that team will pick up this task or work, right? So of course, PO will explain that okay, this is the additional functionality which I'm going to add into the current ongoing sprint, and due to this reason, right? I mean, it's a common sense,
Yeah.
and then only team will pick working on it, right?
Yes, yes. But here what happened is he has
Hmm.
added the scope in middle of the sprint.
Okay. Apart from this, any other example you can give on conflict related to you?
Mhm. Uh, Yeah, yeah. So what happened one time? What happened is, one new team member has joined, and he was not updating the dashboard, his completion of work. He was, when I asked him to keep it up to date, he was saying me, "You are a Scrum Master and you need to update it. I'll just give you the update that this has been completed and you need to update it." So it was like he was not understanding the importance of having the transparency. So I just coach him that how much it is important to having the work transparent, for the who is working and who is receiving the work. So anywhere in any person in the organization or product owner or stakeholders needs to check that they will get the up to date data. I'm not sure what you are working and how it is daily basis, I cannot update it. So it is better if you update it, it will keep us the update to updated everyone on your work progress or towards the project progress. So that is one conflict I had faced earlier.
Okay. Okay. I think we are good near for today. It's almost an hour. So thank you. We'll discuss. I have noted down a lot of your points. We'll discuss in detail after this call. And friends, if you have made it this far, please share in the comments what you think about this candidate performance and which answer you would have answered differently. So thank you for joining us for today's session. We hope you found it helpful and informative. And if you enjoyed the session, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next session. Until then, take care. This is Sunand Sharma signing off. Thank you, Neha, one more time. And yeah, bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, Sunand.